Thank you so much, Isabella. I thought that was a fitting poem for all the work that you do, especially the 24 part, because I know that no matter what role you play with the American Red Cross, whether it's in blood services, SAF, international services, disaster, of course, or if you're helping us in volunteer services or in operations, whatever you do, we work on 24/7. Our days kind of blend together, and it's extraordinary. The American Red Cross workforce is really a force to reckon with. It is one that mobilizes this incredible mission that we have. And I would like to take a moment, especially to thank our awards committee. And if you're in the room, I ask if you could please stand up. This program was put together with the help of our wonderful Aura Sanchez, who is our Senior Engagement Specialist in Volunteer Services, but also from a wonderful group of volunteers. So if you are here today, could please stand up. I know this person's not, Mary Cueva, Richard Gallus, who unfortunately could not join us today, Mark Rosen, Olivia Dogan, who Olivia is one of our youth volunteers, Marion Ford. There you are, Marion, you switched seats on me. And Marilyn Toussaint, who unfortunately is not able to be here today as well. But our volunteers in this committee are the ones who did a great deal of work in a very, very short period of time. They read through over 88 nominations in about 4 days, spent a lot of time discussing and going through this process. So we are grateful that these awards were chosen by your peers, by other volunteers. So across this region, you have all been incredibly busy. We have responded to nearly 1,400 local disasters. We have supported over 4,000 New Yorkers. We've installed nearly 16,000 smoke alarms. And we have, and because of those smoke alarms, a very important statistic, we have been able to identify that across the nation, over 2,000 lives have been saved for that, and 55 of them in this region. And there's many, many more statistics that we can talk about that really illustrate the work that you do every day. But nothing illustrates it better than the people in this room coming together, the humanitarian spirit that you have, the selflessness that you give. And I also want to take a moment to thank your families, your friends, your four-legged friends, the people that you leave at home to come out to the Red Cross. It's never easy when you have to say to a loved one at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sorry, I have to go, I have to leave. It kind of upsets the whole household. I know when I used to respond to disasters, it would always be, and that time I was much younger and living at home, my mom would be like, could you leave a little bit quieter when you jump up in the middle of the night? But it's never easy. Whether it's leaving in the middle of the night for a disaster, whether it's deploying across the nation, or your shift for a blood drive, giving a presentation, being out in the community, or even being here today. You have to make that adjustment, but you make the Red Cross a priority, and because of that, you literally save lives. The work that you do saves lives. It makes our community safer. So for that, we honor you and we thank you, and today is just one of many days that we need to say thank you to you. I know I wake up very grateful that I have the opportunity to work with each and every one of you, so thank you. I was supposed to use the clicker, sorry. So it's incredible. Some of you in this room have been with us maybe a year, maybe a month, maybe a day, but we have some volunteers who've been with us for an extraordinarily long amount of time. And if you are in this room, I do ask that you please stand up. So this just illustrates how wonderful the Red Cross could really be a part of your life. I've been with the Red Cross for 26 years now, which seems like, sometimes it seems like yesterday, sometimes it seems like it's 100 years. So 55 years, Phil Nelson. 50 years of service, Jim Peavy, David Krumholtz. 45 years, Michael Emmerman. Anna Torres, Linda Havert. And 25 years, Stephen Roberts, Sally Fitz, Nancy Hilsenrath, and Ametki Grimney. So if you do know volunteers, please do take a moment and congratulate them on their years of service. And we have many, many years of service, but thank you. And again, if you're here a day or you're here a month, we appreciate you and we honor you in the work that you do. So now I would like to invite Curtis to come up and talk to us about our High Five Awards.
Hello, everybody. You guys all hear me?
I'm short, so sorry.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. My name is Curtis Strevitz. I'm the Disaster Program Manager for Brooklyn here in New York City. And today, I just wanted to join in on this special event. It's often that we are always focused on the next disaster, the next battle, the next hill that we have to get up collectively. But afternoons like today are so special because we can take a moment to reflect and celebrate and honor all the work that has been done over the past 12 months. And that work is not just, selling computer chips. It's not just, creating food in a restaurant. That work is real impact across our region. And that impact, we're going to share a little bit about numbers. But really, as Andrea said, that impact is lives changed. And so I just want to, first of all, be the first to echo our thanks for everyone in this room. Over the course of this afternoon, we're going to be recognizing a number of individuals. But whether or not your name is called, we thank you. This is a team effort. The folks that get their names read off, they didn't get to that spot by themselves. They were mentored, and then now they are mentoring others. And so we are all a team, and just wanted to kind of communicate that thanks to everyone in this room because it's a collective effort. So one thing that I wanted to highlight today is our high five recognitions. So you guys can read kind of on the screen here, but this is a program that runs around the year. And it's designed to recognize any volunteer within the region, regardless of length of service. This could be on their very first day, who has made any sort of contribution that you want to shout out. It's peer-to-peer recognition, and the goal is to boost morale and create a close-knit culture of gratitude. And the type of recognition is based on tangible performance achievements that align with our Red Cross values and guiding behaviors. So real quick, here are some examples of folks who have been shouted out. Tint Chan, I know you're in the room, so everybody let's give Tint a round of applause here. And you can read down the list of these names as well. But basically, this is just another piece of trying to remember that what we do has impact, and it's easy whether you're in mental health, whether you're in SAF or disaster cycle services, to just be focused on, okay, how can I be better for the next call? But we also want to instill and cultivate the culture of gratitude and the culture of thankfulness, because really we all are here, and especially for volunteers, you don't have to be here. You come, by bus, by train, by cars, and pay exorbitant fees for parking. And so we just really want to say thank you. And the last thing I'll say here is that it is worth it to volunteer here. And I've said this before, but the power of a single interaction can truly change a life. And I know all of us, if you think back personally over your own life, we've had moments where strangers or people close to us have really spoken into our lives or taken a second to tell us, hey, it's going to be okay. I've got your back when we face a challenge. And as the Red Cross, that's what we do for the city. That's what we do for the region. We say, hey, we are here. We are going to show up, and we're going to get your back. And that's really powerful. And as you can, think back about those times in your life when just a single conversation or a single person gave you the courage and the comfort to keep going, that's why we are here to do what we do, and that's why it's worth it. So I really would encourage you guys over the next year to really take notice of your amazing coworkers and shout them out. This is on Volunteer Connection through one of the top drop downs. If you need to help find it, feel free to ask a manager, but they can always submit these, and just let's continue to be grateful and celebrate each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Curtis. The next thing I want to do before we continue with our awards is just show a brief video from Gail McGovern. As many of you know, Gail McGovern, who has been the president of the American Red Cross for over 16 years, announced her retirement some months ago and has completed her term as president of the American Red Cross. We're fortunate that Gail is actually going to be transitioning to a volunteer role herself and will be chairwoman of the American Red Cross, but she just released this video kind of sharing her sentiments and thanks, and I thought it was important, something we can watch together. I'm going to let Bowen do his thing. I'm not touching anything.
Hi, everyone. I want to begin this message by sharing how touched I've been by so many of you who've reached out since I announced my plans to retire. Each of the wonderful notes I've received that shared your memories and kind words have truly warmed my heart and reminded me of how very special Red Crossers are. Today, I want to share my tremendous gratitude for each of you. Together, we've honored a 143-year legacy, and we've worked tirelessly to answer the humanitarian call to help people around the world in their darkest hours after a natural disaster. We taught people how to save lives. We've helped members of the military, and we also saved countless lives by providing life-saving care. Our mission has never been easy. Yet each of you shows up, rolling up a sleeve, preparing for tomorrow, and pressing forward with compassion and care. I know I've said it before, but it has truly been the honor of my life to lead our treasured American Red Cross in support of our life-saving mission. For 16 years, I've had the privilege of waking up every morning and feeling like I have the very best job in the whole world. And the biggest reason I've loved my job so much is because I've had the privilege of working side by side with you, our amazing Red Crossers. You are true humanitarians. You see a need and you just have to fill it. Together, we've made a profound difference and touched so many lives, and I couldn't be more thankful. With the transition now just a few weeks away, I thought I'd share just a few of the lessons I've personally taken to heart during my Red Cross journey. My hope is that some of these thoughts may be helpful to you as you continue to fulfill our life-saving mission, and as we all strive to ensure that the Red Cross is the very best place to work and volunteer. So here goes. First and foremost, be kind. Be kind to yourself and to each other. As Red Crossers, we know how mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausting it can be to take care of others. And often we're so focused on our mission that we forget about ourselves and our colleagues. So please make sure you take time to prioritize your own well-being and help your colleagues. Teamwork is essential to achieving great things. So when you come to work each day, ask yourself, how can I help my colleagues? Listen generously and keep an open mind. You may be surprised at what you learn when extending a helping hand and when you're willing to hear what others have to say. And my next tip is to maintain a positive attitude and embrace gratitude. When you project optimism, you help to bring out the best in people. And I confess that I'm an optimist by nature, but there's no doubt in my mind that the Red Cross has helped me to become a better and more grateful person. My final piece of advice is to look at every decision, both big and small, through the lens of our mission and ask yourself, will this decision help the people that we serve? Would it make our financial donors and our blood donors proud? And is it right for our Red Cross employees and volunteers? If the answer to these questions is yes, then you'll be doing the right thing. So in closing, please know that I will forever cherish my time leading the Red Cross and the incredible relationships I've made alongside of all of you. I know our beloved organization will continue to thrive and evolve under Cliff's leadership, even as our challenges grow in complexity and urgency. In all my years, I've never worked with a more talented leader, and there's no one I trust more to take over the reins. While I'll be retiring as President and CEO, I'll still be connected to our mission in my new role as Chairman of the Board of Governors, and I will be your most ardent supporter. I can't wait to see all the amazing things you'll accomplish and all the lives that you'll touch for the better. Until our paths cross again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
You don't need to worry about the Chroma update that's available on my laptop. Okay. He's managing because we do have some of our winners who can't join us in person are actually on Teams, so we gotta share the screen. And I said to him, "Is there anything you want me to do?" He's like, "No, I'll take care of it." Okay. So now I'd like to bring up Sally Nielsen. Sally Nielsen is of our Metro New York North chapter, and she is going to talk to us, come on up, Sally, about our Disaster Health Services and Mental Health Award.
Thank you, everyone. So the first award we are presenting is to Sue Kavanaugh. The Disaster Health Services Award recognizes exceptional work, dedication, and perseverance in a proven leader who has demonstrated skill in meeting the disaster-aggravated health needs of individuals, families, and communities. Their efforts have resulted in more effective delivery of health services to disaster clients. These volunteers have developed and nurtured cooperative and collaborative relationships with community, our local government agencies, resulting in a more efficient, timely, and cooperative response. And I'm proud to present this to Sue Kavanaugh. If you'll come on up, please, Sue. Sue is a pleasure to work with, and she'll always give you a hug. And if there's music playing, she'll also dance with you. So she's great, a great person to know. Yeah, you're very welcome. And I also have to say, if anyone saw Sue parking our vehicle today in the garage, she should get an award for that also. That was epic, epic. Thank you, Sue. Oh.
Sally, go ahead and take a picture.
All right, and I'm also going to be presenting to Disaster Mental Health. The Disaster Mental Health Award recognizes exceptional work, dedication, and perseverance in the disaster mental health service activity. This volunteer is a proven leader who has demonstrated skill in meeting the emotional needs of individuals, families, and communities affected by disasters. Their efforts have resulted in more effective delivery of mental health services to disaster clients and/or has encouraged collaborative and cooperative relationships with community or local government agencies, resulting in more efficient, timely, and cooperative responses. And this year, the awards go to Guso Nabavina from Long Island. I'm not sure, is he here today? Oh, she, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Well, congratulations. She's from Long Island. And then we have from Metro New York North, Helene Schimmel. I'm not sure, is she here today? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, you've got it right in there. Sorry. Okay. And then from New York City, we have Madeline Miller. And Madeline, I've met you and I've worked with you, and you're a pleasure also. Congratulations. Yeah, very, very well, much appreciated. Come get your award. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Madeline. Thank you so much, Sally, for presenting today and for all the wonderful work you do as a leadership volunteer as well. Now I would like to introduce Marty Kannengeiser. And Marty, I have you presenting 2 awards now.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you.
I keep making changes.
It's a privilege to present 2 awards. So the first award I'm going to present.
Introduce yourself first.
Oh, I'm Marty Kannengeiser. I've been a volunteer with the Red Cross for about 4 years. And I'm involved with the Home Fire Campaign. I'm involved with the Pet Therapy Program, with the DAT team. So have been, thrilled to do these things. Have tried to, have met a lot of great, as you've heard, great volunteers. So great people in this organization that, provide life-saving services day in and day out. So thank you all very much. It's really a privilege to be up here presenting these awards. So today, the first award I'm going to present is the Disaster Preparedness Award. And that award recognizes a volunteer for their passion, dedication, and consistent engagement in saving lives by delivering community preparedness, education, and programs. This exceptional volunteer has demonstrated leadership in their role and has regularly and consistently participated in activities such as daily operations and community outreach. And the recipients for this year's award are Helene Link from Long Island. I think she's virtual, I believe.
Yeah, yes, I'm virtual.
Congratulations.
I'm home with COVID, otherwise I'd be there. Thank you so much.
Steve McNeil is from Metro New York North, and Stephen is working today, so he's not able to attend. Helene, okay, hi. Can you wave? Hi. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I
And
appreciate it so much.
Catriel Bush from New York City, I think is here. Here you are, come on up. Congratulations. I'll wander over and take a picture.
Yes, sir.
And then I'll come back.
Watch yourself.
Is there any music in the middle?
I know, there should be. We could take a quick picture of Catriel and Marty. If you guys want to stand in front of Helene, we could take a picture. And then we're going to take a picture of you, Helene, with Marty and Catriel in front of you.
Okay, thank you.
Who wasn't smiling? Kind of looming over here.
All right, come on over here.
Over here?
Yeah, go ahead, Marty.
Over here.
Yep.
I'll get to the wall. Another award coming.
This is 21st Century Awards, you know? Thank you.
Okay, the next award that I'm having the honor to present is the Pet Therapy Award. And the Pet Therapy Award honors a handler and pet team who exemplify leadership, commitment, and dedication. These recipients go above and beyond, embodying the core values of the American Red Cross and the highest standards of the Hudson Valley Pause for a Cause pet therapy community. Their humanitarian contributions to local and state venues showcase their exceptional dedication. And the recipient for this year's award is Cindy Canterman. Is Cindy here? Oh, she's not able to attend. So I want to thank you for Cindy for this award. I'll let you come back. I'll bring back Andrea.
Thank you. Thanks, Marty. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being flexible. I kind of wrote to everyone like a day or so ago, like, hey, can you present an award? And Marty's always a great sport, so I appreciate that very much. Next, I have the pleasure to introduce Gary Chin. Gary's going to come up and present the Disaster Award for us. Introduce yourself.
Thanks, Andrea. So again, my name is Gary Chin. I am the Queens Disaster Program Manager. A little bit about myself. I did start as a volunteer many, many years ago as well, 2004. It was in DAT, it was in response. And I can't tell you the impact you make when you're part of that team. Well, the impact we all make as part of the whole Red Cross team, but specific to me because I was involved heavily with DAT. We went out in the field, as any DAT members here know, we go in the field, we assist those folks who've been impacted by disasters on probably the worst day of their lives. So I guess what I'm saying is, and then I had the fortune also to transition to a career in Red Cross. So I feel myself doubly blessed to be able to do that then and now. So all that to say is I'm proud to present the Disaster Services Award today. And the Disaster Service Award recognizes any volunteer who has demonstrated imaginative and extraordinary achievements to meet the preparedness, response, or recovery goals of our region and the disaster-related needs of individuals and communities. They are exemplary disaster specialists who are client-focused and act with integrity, dedication, and perseverance. They are the transparent guardians of the public trust and honor our promises leading to exceptional service delivery. And the recipients this year are, from Long Island, Esther Morel. Latona from Metro North. And finally, Julio Medina from New York City. Come on up, Julio. Congratulations. Yay!
Gary, go ahead. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gary. Congratulations. And Esther is in Florida. She's deployed. Esther does many, many roles. And every time I try to catch her and hope I get to see her in person, she's deployed again. So we send her our best wishes, and she's sorry she couldn't make it today. I don't believe Wiki has arrived yet. Anyone has seen? Okay. So I am going to be Wiki. Wiki O'Brien, who is our Senior Disaster Program Manager for New York City, I think is delayed. I know everyone's had some traffic getting here, but I gotta do clicker too, Andrea. Okay. So I'm happy to present the Duty Officer Excellent Award. This award recognizes an outstanding volunteer who consistently demonstrates the ability to calmly interact with individuals experiencing local emergencies, accurately collect incident information, coordinate among the various disaster cycle service departments that render assistance, and maintain operational oversight of the incident until a response is completed. Much like an air traffic controller, the duty officer lives at the center of the territory's disaster response, responding to requests, sharing information among the response elements, and monitoring the status and safety of on-site responses. And this year's recipient is Priscilla Schaefer. Okay, and now I have the pleasure of introducing a very special volunteer, Marion Ford, who's going to speak to us about the Blood Services Award. On around this way, yep, that's a good idea.
Fall on the floor.
And she's wearing a really cool
Yes.
shirt.
It is my pleasure and honor to present the Blood Services Award. The Blood Services Award recognizes any volunteer who has consistently provided outstanding customer service in a medical setting. This volunteer works tirelessly to enhance the blood donor experience and exhibit the biomedical courtesies of respect, compassion, communication, collaboration, and competence. They tirelessly promote the mission of biomedical services, reinforce the Red Cross brand, and when it matters most, are lifesavers enabling the safe collection of blood products. Our recipient for this year's award is Ashley Flowers.
Hi, thank you.
Actually, we're trying to get you a picture of you and Marion together, so we're. Congratulations, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marion. Now I'd like to introduce Desiree Reiner, our Chief External Affairs Officer, to present the Storyteller Award.
I'm Desiree Reynolds-Reiner. I'm the External Affairs Officer for our region. So I have the privilege of sharing your stories every day, and I want to thank you all so much for all that you do every day. And if you want to learn more about public affairs, I'm holding a training on Thursday evening from 6 to 8. I just want to put a plug in there. So this is very small font. The Storyteller Award recognizes the important regional role of a communications volunteer who has demonstrated an extraordinary ability to develop and share the story of the Red Cross mission behind the scenes, on camera, in person, or online through media channels, websites, social media feeds, and other content platforms. This year, I am excited to present the award to Jennifer McCarthy. Jen wasn't able to join us today, but she volunteers. She's based out of, actually not even Metro New York North. I think she's technically Eastern New York, but don't tell them. And she also volunteers with our pet therapy program. So her dog, Mayhem, is one of our social media mascots. So we actually should give them 2 awards. But she's really wonderful, as are all of our digital volunteers and storytellers. And again, Thursday, 6 to 8, Shift Tool. Take a look. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Desiree. I appreciate that. And yes, check out the Shift Tool. There's lots of great opportunities. I know all of you probably have more than one role, but what's 5 more roles? And share the message of the Red Cross with your friends and family or anyone who may be interested. You are our best ambassador, so, and share your stories. Desiree will appreciate that. So the next award that I'm delighted to present is the Volunteer Services Award. And this award recognizes a volunteer who embodies the mission-critical role of the Red Cross. This volunteer works collaboratively across all lines of service and supports all lines of service. And I can tell you exactly how they do that, specifically from the last 2 conversations I had with Anthony and Corvea from Long Island, who is one of our winners, and Howard Moy, or Howie as we know him, from New York City. When I called Anthony to tell him about his award, I'm like, Anthony, are you driving? He's like, yeah, I'm in Greenwich, I'm picking up stuff in Safety Town. Now, Anthony's from Long Island. I'm like, Anthony, what are you doing in Greenwich? He's like, I gotta help out at Safety Town. He's driving. Howie this morning helped set up this room. So that's just 2 quick examples of how incredible these gentlemen are in supporting the mission of the Red Cross, not wearing a name tag that says, I only do this service, but really supporting us across all lines of service, and that's really what it's about. So come on up, Anthony. you. Danielle is reminding me that there should be a slide up. I probably shouldn't have been in charge of the slideshow. You're realizing that now, right? I have been relieved of my PowerPoint slide duties as Bowen walks away with the clicker. It's a silent way of saying you're fired, so. Hey, we all have our strengths. That's not one of them. So the next award is our Youth Services Award, and I'm delighted to introduce Aura Sanchez. Aura is our Senior Engagement Specialist with my team in Volunteer Services, and amongst putting together this wonderful event today, Aura has the incredible job of managing our youth program, and we have one of the strongest youth programs in the country, which is absolutely amazing, and some incredible young people who do a great deal of work in our community. I'll take over your role.
Hi everyone, like Andrea said, my name is Aura Sanchez and I'm the Senior Engagement Specialist. I focus on youth, and I'm delighted to present this year's award to Stuyvesant High School. The Outstanding Red Cross High School award is presented to a Red Cross campus or college or high school that has made a significant humanitarian contribution to the local, national, and international community in support of the American Red Cross. And I'm delighted to have Stuyvesant here and their members along with the leaders of the club.
My steps in today. Okay, now I would like to introduce Rebecca Tirado. Rebecca is our Disaster Program Manager for Metro New York North. Taller today. Right? I just got my knees done. Okay, so I think we'll go over to the Good Neighbor Award is what I'm presenting today. It's for Haverim of Rockland. Joseph Margaratin was supposed to be here today, but he couldn't make it. The Good Neighbor Award is presented to a community or faith-based organization who has made a significant humanitarian contribution to the American Red Cross. This organization has gone above and beyond to support the work of the American Red Cross by either organizing events, providing goods and services, or effectively fulfilling the needs of the organization and or our volunteers and staff. Joseph, he is the leader of Haverim of Rockland, and he has partnered with us to help us out in Rockland with our home fire campaign with Marty, and he dropped off a box of alarms, and within a month they just went through all of them, and that's like 150. Am I right, Marty? 150 alarms in the first
in the first month, and they were just already asking for more. And so that just speaks to how involved in the community they are, and they help us reach those people in need and those families. So I'm really grateful for them. And they also help like with anything from as small as a tire change to emergency medical services, and that's to anyone, no matter their faith. So thank you so much. And I'm also doing the Emerging Leader Award, and that recognizes a volunteer who has demonstrated exemplary leadership potential for a minimum of 12 months. And that's Lena Krug. You're welcome. Lena is our duty officer and a DAT lead in Rockwood. And she is just a leader. She comes up with innovative ways to help us out, especially during our first, well, my first as a DPM storm, our first DRO. So thank you so much, Lena. Let's take this.
Congratulations. Thank you, Rebecca. Now I'm going to bring Aura back up to introduce the Pace Setter Award. And I think Henry should hopefully be virtual going.
Alrighty, I'm back. So it's my pleasure to introduce this year's Pace Setter Award. The Pace Setter Award is bestowed on the following individuals who have shown a strong, ongoing commitment and dedication to the responsibilities of their volunteer position. These volunteers are known for defining and meeting clear objectives and delivering on our mission, and they're consistent and reliable. They keep the pace and inspire others to do the same, as their actions exemplify the values of our organization. This year's award winners are Henry Jin, who is also one of our youth volunteers. Congratulations, Henry. We also have David Gonzalez. Unfortunately isn't here with us today. And we have Bowen Yu, who is also working here today. Congratulations, everyone.
Yes, I'm going to get my steps in.
Welcome to the Red Cross, where you get an award and you have to do a job too. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Jason Rockcliffe. Jason is our logistics manager for the Long Island chapter. And Jason will present the Rising Star Award.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I'm Loggy from Long Island. Everybody knows me. If you don't, we bring stuff and pick stuff up and put stuff down and bring it everywhere. Everything in here we move sometime or another. So I have the pleasure to give the award for the Rising Star Award. You've made it past all of our bad jokes, and you're welcome into the family. Not only that, you've shown up and become a leader, and that is what we're all about. So thank you. These volunteers are on the cusp of formal leadership roles, and this award is given to a rising leader that have not reached their 1-year anniversary. So they're brand new, and we thank you. This is Sean McNearney and Mary Dwyer. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Now I would like to introduce the amazing Jose Dominguez, who is the Chief Executive Officer of our Long Island chapter and Taylor Swift superfan. I feel like that is your title.
I stole a script from someone. Who has a bad joke here? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, it's probably Andrea. That's really true. I'm Jose Dominguez. For those of you that don't know me, I am the very, very proud CEO. This is a great crowd, by the way. Wow, give yourselves a round of applause. This is so beautiful. I thought Tom Helensky was going to be here. Is he here? No. He's virtual? Tom is virtual? Really, he was supposed to be here, but that's my volunteer partner. Very, very excited to be here and to present this award. I'm going to give you a brief description about it. Can you hear me? No? Okay. It is the Mr. and Mrs. Henry Davison Memorial Award. It is Long Island's most prestigious award and is presented annually to a volunteer who most demonstrates commitment, motivation, and the quality of all-around performance in American Red Cross activities. It is given in memory of Mr. Henry P. Davison and his personal achievements as founder of the League of Red Cross Societies in 1919. Who was born in 1919? Okay, Susan Rounds is not here, but we'll let her know. I love Susan, she knows it. She always says it as well. Desiree will tell her something. And in recognition of Mrs. Henry P. Davison, the first chair of the Nassau County chapter, from 1917 to 1944, an honorary chair until her death in 1962. This year's recipient is PJ Tedeschi. Is she on? Yep. Hi, PJ. Welcome.
Hello, Jesse.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is a licensed clinical social worker and disaster mental health counselor. She embodies a spirit of generosity and selflessness honored by Mr. and Mrs. Henry Davison Memorial Award. Since joining the Red Cross in 2015, PJ has supported survivors of some of the most horrific disasters, including the Las Vegas shooting, the Parkland shooting, school shooting, and the Uvalde tragedy, Uvalde Elementary School tragedy, bringing comfort and reassurance to those affected. As the Long Island DMH deputy lead, PJ continues to prevent and alleviate human suffering, epitomizing the fundamental principles of the American Red Cross and making her a deserving nominee for this award. Thank you, PJ.
Thank you.
Just a moment.
PJ, if you'd like to come off mute and say a few words, you're welcome to.
I'm honored, thank you. I work with such a talented and wonderful team on Long Island DMH. It really is a team effort, and I'm just honored to be a part of the professionals that I work with. Thank you.
Thank you, PJ. Congratulations. Thank you so much, PJ. Now I'm delighted to introduce Stephanie Dunn Ashley. Stephanie is the proud CEO of the Metro New York North chapter.
Thank you, everyone, and it is a great crowd up here. First and foremost, thank you to Andrea and your team, Volunteer Services, and everyone putting today's event together, because it is amazing. So I'm happy to introduce the Jean Malkus Award. So the Jean Malkus was an extraordinary presence in the response department for more than 20 years in the Westchester chapter. Jean led by example and was a renowned disaster instructor throughout the region. He is an inspiration and always challenged himself to do more and to learn more. The Jean Malkus Award goes to an exceptional Red Cross volunteer who follows in the footsteps of Jean, a volunteer who is committed, who leads by example, who puts their compassion into action, is an extraordinary ambassador for the Red Cross in the community, and this award goes to an exceptional Metro New York North Red Cross volunteer. I am thrilled to tell you a little bit more about John Anguilon. John has been a game changer for the Red Cross since joining in 2018. Frequently recognized as the chapter's most active disaster action team responder, he has a can-do spirit, and his leadership skills have led to an appointment as co-lead for the Westchester and Greenwich Disaster Action Team, just 6 months into his volunteer journey. He now serves as the Greater New York Regional Program Lead and a certified disaster instructor. He's not getting out of that chair. You better get up. John's dedication to teamwork and compassionate action is in such taking extra shifts to ensure disaster relief is never delayed, makes him an inspiring and invaluable member of the American Red Cross Metro New York North chapter, and we are proud and pleased to present this award to you. Thank you.
Can I say one thing?
Please do. Yeah.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this award, but I can't accept this without acknowledging you can't be good without having great people around you. And I've got a great team to work with, and when they're great, then I'm good.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Yeah, Chrome update. Chrome really wants to update today. Now I'd like to introduce Lalita Maharaj. Lalita is our Director of Service to Armed Forces and International Services and part of our leadership team here with the Greater New York region, and she's going to present the Henri Dunant Award.
Everybody. For those of you that don't know me, Lalita Maharaj, as Andrea said, Director of Service to the Armed Forces. Before I tell you about the award, I started my journey as a volunteer. So that was back in 2017. And, you know, we all volunteer for various reasons. And once I got started volunteering with the Red Cross, I was hooked. The more I did, the more I wanted to do. And I did everything from that, casework. I deployed, and I just wanted, I was drinking. I said I drank the Kool-Aid, and I never looked back, right? So when it was time for me to get a job, the only place I wanted to work was for the Red Cross. Because I truly believe what we do make a difference. And regardless of the role that you have in this organization, we all make a difference for the people that we serve. So I am honored by every single one of you every single day. And With that, I would like to present the Henry Dunant Leadership Awards. For those of you who don't know who Henry Dunant was, he is regarded as the founding father of the Red Cross. He was a businessman, he saw a need, and he acted on it. Kind of like what we do, right? We're out there helping folks. If see something, we try to do something about it. So with that being said, I will read a little bit of the description about the award and then present our honorees. The Henry Dunant Leadership Award, formerly known as just the Leadership Award, recognizes a volunteer who has sustained superior and outstanding leadership in their role for a minimum of 2 years and demonstrated the highest degree of collaboration, broad strategic thinking, and inspiring others towards delivering on our mission. Rick Gottlieb, this volunteer, is known for cultivating innovation to find and champion the best creative ideas and solutions
For what?
while
Just
taking
now?
an active role in
For what,
developing
now?
others towards leadership. Their award embodies the visionary leadership of Henry Dunant, the founder of the American Red Cross movement. Rick has been a dedicated advocate for the American Red Cross for 15 years, demonstrating exceptional leadership without seeking personal gain. His strategic vision, collaboration, and innovative solutions has significantly advanced our mission, both in direct client interaction and behind the scenes operation. Rick's commitment to developing others and his recent IT initiatives like the lodging tracking tool exemplify his profound impact and embody the visionary spirit of Henry Dunant, making him an invaluable champion for New York City chapter of the Red Cross. We are pleased to present this award to Rick Gottlieb. Unfortunately, he's unable to attend today. But Rick, we salute you. The second Henry Dunant Leadership Award is presented to Marilyn Toussaint. And has led the Metro New York North Recovery Casework Team for 6 years, overseeing support for nearly 500 families annually through compassionate follow-ups and timely assistance. She mentors new caseworkers, fosters team spirit with regular meetings, and advocates for community needs by collaborating across agency. Marilyn's dedication extends beyond casework, contributing significantly to initiatives like the Home Fire Campaign and blood drives, reflecting her beliefs in the vital role of volunteers within the Red Cross community. Manager Andrew Sindel strongly supports Marilyn's nomination for the Henry Dunant Leadership Award, citing her exceptional contributions to volunteer recruitment and community engagement for the Metro New York chapter. We are pleased to present this award to Marilyn, and unfortunately, she couldn't be here today, but Marilyn, we salute you. And our final award was '22 and quickly rose to leadership roles, including chairing the Long Island Heroes celebration in 2023 and 2024, and joining the Long Island Board in spring of 2024. Her exceptional leadership is event planning, resulting in exceeding fundraising goals, recruiting volunteers, and leveraging community support. Alexis continues to innovate as a board member, driving initiatives to expand donor engagement and enhance the Red Cross visibility on Long Island. Her dedication, collaborative spirit, and strategic approach are invaluable assets to the organization, inspiring action and fostering community impact. Unfortunately, Alexis could not be here today, so again, we salute you, Alexis. Thank you guys, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we congratulate those who weren't here to join us, but they do know about this award, and we're very excited and do want to pass on their humble thanks for winning this award. Now I'd like to invite up Maria Anguiano, and Maria will present our Clara Barton Award.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Maria Anguiano. I am the Diverse Community Program Manager that supports the region. My role is to build relationships, build trust in the diverse communities, to help us enhance our record services and to support those who are in need, especially during large responses or blue sky, gray sky, what we call it. It is a pleasure and an honor for me to give the next award. I would like to say a little bit more words. Back in 2018 with many of my colleagues. Like Lolita said, and I tend to say it all the time, I drank the Kool-Aid as well, and I'm still drinking it. It is an amazing journey collaborating with volunteers and paid staff. We do this because we have a passion, right? I call it my calling. But it's a pleasure to collaborate with everyone, despite where the background's culture is. I noticed that we have one thing in common, and it's the love for us to help others. So it is an honor for me to give the award to the next members. So Claret Barn, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who's Claret Barn. Yes. Well, she's our records funder, and she was a nurse. So she did amazing work, and the Claret Barn Honor Award, it is meritorious volunteer leadership. It's awarded to a volunteer who has served in several leadership positions, held over a period of years, and who has demonstrated compassionate service and extraordinary achievements in various activities, initiatives, or projects that have greatly benefited our community and organization. This volunteer embodies and pioneers in leadership qualities of a founder and president of our Claret Barn. The recipient of this award has quantified achievements in leading and managing multiple volunteer teams, delivered on organizational goals, and using their interpersonal savvy to build professional relationships that benefit our volunteers, staff, and clients. This volunteer demonstrates the highest level of managerial effectiveness across multiple disciplines and modules, the highest standards of honesty and integrity, which all of you guys have. Phil embodies all the qualities of a dedicated and compassionate volunteer, demonstrating extraordinary achievements in various leadership roles that have greatly benefited our community and organization. His pioneer leadership guides Claret Barn in evidence of his ability to manage multiple volunteer teams and deliver on organizational goals, particularly in his role with the ECC, and here we go with the acronyms, Emergency Communication Center, our Disaster Action Team, I do not know what's EFT, and the regional RPL and the RCR. And as the BP for our RDO, Phil models the highest standards of honesty, integrity, and managerial effectiveness. So the New York City chapter volunteer who receives the 2023 Claret Barn Award is Phil Cohen. As you guys know, Phil does many, many roles in your city, and he's endless hours of always supporting the team despite who they are. And we call it random. I am guilty. Sometimes I need help. He's like, sure, what do you need? And he always gives a wise answer. So it's lovely to see, and congratulations on this award. Yes.
I want to just say a couple of things. The time that I spend with the Red Cross is often, like you, time that I'm spent away from my family. So I want to thank my wife, Ronnie, for giving me the opportunity to do that. Secondly, I wasn't totally familiar with everything about the Clara Barton Award. And it seems to me, I can't be sure about this, but it seems to me that it's given also to the person who is closest to likely having been alive when Clara Barton was. So I'm very honored by getting this award. Thank you very much.
Since becoming a volunteer in 2007, Joy Weaver has demonstrated exceptional dedication to those impacted by a disaster. Okay. Including caring for her husband with Parkinson, Joy has consistently coordinated critical support efforts such as overseeing the Disaster Mental Health Long Island Call Team and providing aid during major cities like the Bronx fire. Her empathy, commitment, and unwavering service, even in the face of adversity, reflects the core humanitarian values of the Red Cross, making her quintessential volunteer icon Clarence Barton. The Long Island chapter recipient is Joy Weaver. Joy.
I agree with Phil. I think it has to do with being of an age where we might have known Clara. I just want to say thank you very much to the committee who selected me, and also thank you to my Red Cross call team, a group of 25 mental health volunteers who, well, without them, I wouldn't have a volunteer job. So thank you very much.
Congratulations again. So for 27 years, Deborah Bisonwing has made outstanding contribution to the Red Cross, including disaster cycle services, community engagement, blood services, youth programs, and service to the armed forces. Over the past 5 years, she revitalized the New York Metro North Mass Care Group and recruiting and training over 100 new volunteers and leading during the major disaster relief operations. Nationally, Deb has served over 10 major disaster relief operations, amplifying the humanitarian values of the Red Cross. Yeah. It's an honor. So when I was a disaster program manager for the Metro North area, she always makes things possible, especially with the mass care stuff that we need last minute. And she's like, don't worry, we'll make it happen. And she has it's just amazing how she works, and it's her dedication. It's a true passion to work with you. Congratulations. Absolutely.
I am going to disagree. It is not whether you were old enough to know Clara Barton. I may be old enough to know her grandchildren. But I don't feel that I deserve this award. I feel all of you deserve this award because you make me look good. Thank you.
Thank you all for what you do and
Congratulations again. Thank you so much, Maria. It's my pleasure to introduce Wiki O'Brien. Wiki is our Senior Disaster Program Manager for the New York City chapter, and Wiki is going to introduce the Tess Shield Award. Our last two awards honor two amazing women who we lost over the last couple of years. But as we know, when we lose those who we love, when they make an impression in our life, their legacy lives on very strong. And it's important for us to honor the legacy of those who've gone before us, just like some of the other awards that we have. So Wiki, if you'd introduce the next.
So as it reads, Tess Shield Award, this honor will be awarded to a volunteer who embodies the qualities that made Tess Shield's service to the American Red Cross so exceptional. The Greater New York volunteer demonstrates Tess' significant presence in several lines of service, alignment to the mission, longevity with organization, and spirit of mentoring. The recipient of the award will have volunteered with the American Red Cross for a minimum of 10 years. Demonstrate enthusiasm and kindness in service and live the 5 C's. Collaborate, collaborative, compassionate, credible, committed, and creative. Who could that be? Well, someone probably everybody here will know. He happens to be online. Fernando Morales. While we find him, Fernando embodies the qualities that defined Tess Shield's exceptional service of the American Red Cross. With nearly 19 years of dedicated volunteerism, he exemplifies collaboration, compassion, credibility, commitment, and creativity across multiple service areas. Fernando's steadfast leadership, particularly during pivotal moments like Hurricane Katrina, underscores his profound impact within and beyond the organization, making him a cornerstone in the greater New York region. His unwavering dedication and exemplary leadership inspire pride and admiration among colleagues and the community here locally and across the nation. I'm so proud to be a part of this man's journey. Day one or so, passing yourself, putting it out.
Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate this. I think the greatest honor of all this is the fact that I'm able to be associated with the name Tess. All that she's done and all that she was able to instill and inspire in us, it's just, I'm floored the fact that I would even be considered alongside her name. And I certainly hope that we can continue in that mission the way she laid it out for us. But there's just one thing I'd like to see. Never threaten me with an open mic, by the way. Never threaten me with an open mic. But there's one thing I'd like to tell everybody. Everyone's talking about the Kool-Aid and drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, sometimes I'm the one that mixes it up for you. But allow yourself to fall in love with what you do. Allow yourself to fall in love with the people you do it with. Allow yourself to fall in love with the people you do it for. Let it happen. Let it consume you, and you'll see that it is so fulfilling. And we need more people with 20 years plus. We need people to commit to this. And what I can tell you is that all of us here, we're here to embrace you with this, to bring you with us on this journey. And we'll make it a lifelong journey. It's great. Time flies. Time does fly well. But let me tell you something. It is fulfilling. And I guess the greatest award I've gotten in my time here is the companionship and the camaraderie and the absolute love that everybody around me has for what we do here. And again, I thank you all for the opportunity to serve. That's the best thanks I can give anybody. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to serve. So enjoy your day. Thank you.
And come back on the camera because Wiki's going to hold up the award and take a picture in front of your.
I will accept this award on your behalf.
Hold on, let's see if we could put it right there. Can we put it right there? One thing I do have to note one thing though. Wiki was literally the first person I met when I walked in that first door on my first day at my first shift at the Red Cross. And I have to say that she's become one of my greatest friends and also one of my hardest bosses. But thank you, Wiki. I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Thank you so much. And for our youth volunteers, as you can see, there's great longevity in staying with the Red Cross. And go talk to Wiki because evidently she's the key for someone being around for 20 years. So thank you so much, Wiki. Now I'm delighted to introduce Karen Schlendorf to announce our final award. And this is the first time that we are bringing this award. And that's actually because of Karen, who wanted to make sure that we honored this incredible woman whose legacy will live on as long as Clara Barton's for the work that she did for our region and for our organization.
I'm very honored today to present an award in memory of my very good friend, Dottie Breyer. Dottie was an inspiration to every member of the Red Cross who was fortunate enough to know her. She began her volunteer experience shortly after her retirement in 1992 as the Assistant Director of Social Work at Lenox Hill Hospital. Before there was even a disaster mental health program, and was instrumental in bringing DMH to the Red Cross and to the New York. Dottie's first deployment was to Florida for Hurricane Andrew, and her service continued through aviation accidents, transportation accidents, 9/11 terrorist attack, and the miracle on the Hudson of Flight 1059. In fact, she had a cameo in that movie with Tom Hanks. But her greatest achievement was to serve as a leader, a mentor, and a champion of DMH for the New York region. We've all benefited from her wealth of knowledge and her great skill to move DMH forward as the needs of mental health counseling have grown. Dottie was especially thankful for the support DMH received from all Red Cross workers, both staff and volunteers. This understanding of DMH and the needs of our clients and staff drove her passion for working as a volunteer and encouraged everyone at the Red Cross to understand the importance of addressing disaster-based trauma and loss in the role of recovery. She helped us all understand that survivors and responders need the compassionate presence of a caring person, as well as physical needs. We did propose an annual award in memory of Dottie to be instituted to honor the non-DMH staff member or volunteer who exemplifies the importance of the disaster mental health program and supports our mission of responding to the psychological and emotional needs of people affected by disasters. I'm very honored to give this first award ever of the Dottie Breyer Award to Felicia Freed, who embodies the core values upheld by Dottie Breyer, emphasizing the importance of meeting basic human needs as articulated in Maslow's hierarchy. Her diligent advocacy ensures that clients receive comprehensive support, including vital mental health resources during crises. Felicia's commitment to addressing both immediate and long-term needs underscores her dedication to the Red Cross mission. Her proactive approach in connecting clients with necessary services exemplifies her role as a compassionate and effective volunteer. Congratulations, Felicia.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm totally honored to get this special award. Um, and I'm totally blessed that I have a family like the Red Cross to help me as a team member working together to support the needs of our clients. Thank you so much.
Felicia, we're just gonna have Karen take a picture with you with your award. Thank you so much, Karen, and congratulations to Felicia. So I just want to say thank you again to everyone who was a part of today and helped make today happen. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to recognize the extraordinary volunteer services staff who work alongside me in putting together these types of events and supporting you as volunteers and managers for the work that you do. So in the room with me today, one who's taking pictures for me is Danielle Wollenberg. Debbie Gibbons, come up please. Andrew Tyndall, come up. Laura Sanchez. And missing from our team today, but certainly their presence is always felt, and I'm not sure if they're online, Holly Bruno and Nicole Letizia. Thank you so much. We want to invite Susan Rounds, who is joining us virtually. Susan, as you know, is our Regional Chief Operations Officer. And once again, Susan always steps in to help when there is a need, much like all of you. She is now serving as, in addition to our Regional Chief Operations Officer, she is also serving as our interim Chief Executive Officer while the search continues. But we are in exceptional hands with Susan as our leader. Susan?
Thank you, Andrea. And thank you to everyone in the room. I'm recovering from COVID, so I'm sorry I can't be with you. It is such a privilege to once again lead you for a very brief time until we have a new CEO, but to be part of this amazing team and hear about all of the wonderful things you do every day. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of every client that we serve throughout the year. You make a difference and you bring hope. And that's what the American Red Cross is all about. And I want to thank you for your time with us and congratulate the winners. Thank the committee members and look forward to working side by side with you for another year here in a terrific region, taking care of the needs of families and serving the mission of the American Red Cross. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. We wish you a speedy recovery. So of course, it would not be a gathering if we did not do a group picture. So Desiree would like for everyone to please come to the center and take a seat in the center or stand. We're going to try to squish as much as possible. Yeah, I would say for as many people who can sit, and then for others, stand, and you can even try to fill in the middle row because we're gonna squish and Desiree is gonna do her magic. Joy, why don't you come on? Run up front here.
On the inside of the columns, please.
Adriel, sit next to Jose. Sit right there.
How are you? Good to see you. No, congratulations.
If we can have our award winners come up for a picture, please don't leave without taking some food. We do have fun selfie stuff, so if you want to hang around and take pictures. But again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for all you do. Stay safe in this heat. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be here.
I know, I was like, that's not.
Oh, that's right. This was a picture from like, oh, I thought, okay.